Reader profile voiceover information. Reader profile is a document of information about a target audience of the particular product, created by the institution who marketed the product. Information such as social class, income, age, gender, occupation, or educational status is included in the reader profile. Here is an example of The Guardian's reader profile. This is an existing reader profile for the classic rock magazine Merger. I decided to research a classic rock magazine genre because this is the chosen genre that I will be studying. As you can see, there is the use of statistics, credentials, in order to portray to the audience a detailed analysis of Merger's target audience. This benefits the institution as it allows the institution to establish the regular consumers of this magazine and therefore cater more specifically for their needs and wants. This helps Merger propel through the market as the magazine will be adapted straight to the target audience's needs. This will produce a huge revenue for the institution as well as making this magazine more and more popular to a new target audience. Here is an example of The Guardian's reader profile. Heading. A heading is conventional so the audiences viewing the media form can understand the institution that compares this reader profile. Social class. In order to create a reader profile, the institution must go into as much depth and detail for their target audience. By including a social class section, this gives the institution an idea of the income of the mass audience. Therefore, they can choose an effective price of the product in order to still gain a profit while still appealing to the target market. Age group. Similarly to social class, the age group strips down the target audience of the institution's product. Age group establishes the audience's age, therefore allowing the institution to make the product appropriate for their age range. Gender. By establishing the gender, this helps the institution aim their product at a specific section of the target market. Education. Education helps the institution understand the income of their audience. If their audience attend a low-class school, college or university, the institution will be aware of the income and therefore base their price of their magazine at an acceptable rate. This also ties in with the work status. If the audience are earning a good wage, the institution can increase the price of their magazine as they know their audience cannot afford it. Statistics. Statistics help the institution split their audience into sections. For example, there are 5% of the social group A that reads this magazine. This can be used to benefit the institution as they can then analyse their sales and losses and development in key areas that need to be improved, i.e. the price. What is a typical age and gender of my reader? I believe the typical gender of my magazine is males, preferably aged 15 to 50. The classic rock genre is a genre that replays itself. For example, fashion trends such as leather trousers were fashionable during the classic rock's prime time, the 1960s, and yet leather trousers made a reoccurring appearance during 2011. However, more predominantly for females rather than males. I also believe that females are interested in the classic rock genre due to the fashion and recklessness of the genre, its ability to make females look more inspiring to the male audience. The classic rock genre does not support Laura Mulvey's male gaze theory because female artists within this genre are portrayed as fierce and feisty but not sexy. By portraying females as fierce, the hard rock lifestyle is connected to the audience, therefore reinforcing the conventions of the classic rock genre. What do they do for a living? I believe that my audience, both males and females, aged 30 to 50, would have sturdy jobs that would just about keep them afloat. Jobs such as a window cleaner, a builder, a hairdresser or a personal trainer would listen to classic rock music. I believe this because classic rock music isn't slow-paced, it is conventional and maintains a fast pace that these professions can sing along to. A personal trainer would use this music to motivate their clients as this music is strong and powerful and almost scary, therefore they would force their client to do what the PT says. I believe hairdressers would listen to this music because this music allows them to express themselves. If there is a fashion trend of red hair during this genre, the hairdresser would recommend this to her clients and use the famous class rock artists such as Hayley Williams from Paramore as a sufficient example for looking good with red hair. Where do they live, e.g. urban or rural? I believe the classic rock genre is aimed at people in a more rural location. I believe this because the majority of classic rock genre is elderly men and women aged up to 50, as this genre would have been at its climax during their childhood. Pop music is an extremely common genre of music and is evident on media forms such as television, radio, internet, and magazines, whereas classic rock is not as big as it used to be during the 1960s, therefore it is more commonly seen on independent magazines that are sold in more rural locations. What are their hobbies and interests? When listening to the classic rock genre, I believe that the hobbies of this genre's audience consist of travelling, motorbiking, and drumming, etc. I believe that this audience are a daring audience, as the main icons of the classic rock genre were daring too. For example, Pete Townsend from The who famously smashed a guitar whilst on stage, and this caused uproar and confidence for the classic rock audience, as they felt eligible and capable to carry out daring hobbies in order to be like their role models. Why do they read this genre, and what are they getting out of it? I believe this audience read this genre of magazine as they like to keep informed with the latest movements in classic rock. Rock is a huge iconic genre in relation to music, and therefore many people feel the need to continue the rock name by reading classic rock magazine genres. There is a trend of pop genre in current day, therefore the minority of the public believe that by choosing a genre opposing pop, they are seen as different and diverse. With the public ever growing, maintaining the historic classic rock genre is proving to be difficult with the rapid proliferation of the pop genre. Therefore, the institutions feel they need to produce improved magazines that will push them up the market ladder and become a successful genre in modern day. Where do my readers buy their magazines, in what format and how often? A classic rock is a historic genre. I believe that my audience still purchase printed magazines. Unlike the pop or indie genres, which can be digitally downloaded, classic rock genre is more likely to be sold in the print format. This is due to the target audience of the classic rock genre, as it is not aimed at young teenagers, but it is aimed at the more elderly target market, 30 to 50 years old, and therefore they may not be aware of the implications of downloading online. Why is it important to the reader in relation to the magazine, and why they should keep consuming the product? I believe that by maintaining a strong theme of rebelliousness throughout all classic rock genres, this persuades the reader to purchase and read the magazine. It is evident that throughout the years, the classic rock genre likes to focus on the more live events such as stage performances and interviews with famous classic rock icons, whereas the pop genre includes gossip and rumours which will appeal to the more younger audience.